I saw him in the camera before he knew I could see him. A teenager sprinting behind my truck, laughing with his friends, reaching for the bumper like it was some kind of game. In that moment, I realized something terrifying. If I did nothing and he slipped, I would be the one explaining a body on the pavement. If you've ever had someone treat your job like a joke or put your livelihood at risk for a laugh, hit that like button and subscribe, because this story isn't about revenge for fun. It's about making sure a dangerous lesson only had to be learned once. In the early 2000s, I worked for a regional logistics company called Northway Transit Services. Not glamorous work. Long hours. Tight delivery windows. Zero room for mistakes. Back then, my route ran through Millbrook, a mid-sized town with one major high school that sat right along my delivery path. The truck I drove wasn't a sleek 18-wheeler. It was a boxy step van, the kind with a flat rear bumper meant for stepping in and out during deliveries. Steel handles on either side of the rear door. Solid, practical, and, as I would soon learn, tempting. What made this truck unusual was a backup camera. Today, every vehicle has one. Back then, almost nobody did. This one didn't record. No memory card. No footage saved. Just a live feed you could toggle on if you wanted to see behind you while driving. I usually left it off. That day, something told me not to. As I approached the high school loading area, I flipped the camera on. The screen lit up with a familiar view of cracked asphalt, bike racks, and clusters of students milling around, killing time between classes. Then I saw him, a kid in a hoodie, backpack bouncing, running. At first, I thought he was just late for something. Then I saw the way his eyes locked onto the back of my truck. My stomach dropped. I'd heard stories from other drivers. Students daring each other to grab onto delivery trucks, riding the bumper for a few seconds, jumping off laughing like it was nothing. Nothing until it wasn't. I slowed slightly, hoping he'd give up. He didn't. In the camera, I watched his hand reach out, fingers stretching for the metal handle, his foot lifting. In that split second, 1,000 thoughts hit me at once. If he fell under the wheels, I'd live with that forever. If he got hurt, I'd lose my job. If I ignored it, he'd try again tomorrow. My hands tightened on the steering wheel, and I made a decision. The moment his foot left the ground and touched the bumper, I pressed the brake. Hard, not violently, not recklessly, just enough. The truck stopped. He didn't. From the camera, I saw him slam forward, chest and face meeting the back door with a hollow metallic thud, before he dropped onto the pavement. The sound carried even inside the cab. I felt my heart slam against my ribs. Students nearby froze for half a second. Then laughter exploded. Not mean laughter. Shocked laughter. The kind teenagers make when something goes very wrong very fast. The kid scrambled up, red-faced, humiliated, more hurt in pride than body. He looked around, eyes darting, realizing all at once that he wasn't cool, brave, or funny. He was the example. I pulled forward slowly and parked. No one chased the truck. No one tried again. No one laughed the next day. Word traveled faster than any lecture. From that point on, whenever I drove past that school, students stayed well clear of the rear bumper. Not because they feared me, because they understood consequences. I never reported him. No police. No administrators. There was no need. The embarrassment did the job better than punishment ever could. Sometimes stopping someone once saved them from making the same mistake. When the stakes are higher, that kid learned it with a bruised ego, not broken bones, not worse. And I never saw another student try it again. People often confuse revenge with responsibility. But sometimes the most effective lesson is the one that feels immediate and unforgettable. I didn't hurt him. I didn't target him. I stopped a dangerous choice in the only language the moment allowed. And that made all the difference. If this story stuck with you, hit like, subscribe, and tell us in the comments. What's a moment where someone learned a lesson the hard way, but just in time? More stories are coming. And some lessons really only need to be taught once.